Hao, my name is Harriet and here I am in China with the Management 228 trip with the University of Canterbury. I've been here for 5 weeks now and I want to share with you what I've learnt, in particular why I think studying Chinese culture and business practice should be compulsory before graduating UC with a commerce degree to ensure the growth of the China and New Zealand trading relationship. I think the best way to learn this is through experience, like the trip Management 228, which I've been lucky enough to do.
This presentation is targeted at the New Zealand Government and New Zealand universities, as they are the bodies that can put this recommendation into place. Subsidising a course where students can experience culture, like Management 228, is the best way for students to learn about Chinese culture, and the aforementioned bodies should continue to support students wanting to study abroad. I've been lucky enough to do this through Management 228, but I think it should be available for more students. China is New Zealand's #1 trading partner, which makes doing business in China that much more important. To build on this relationship, I think New Zealand would largely benefit from encouraging young business people to learn and understand Chinese culture. If New Zealanders doing business in China don't understand Chinese culture and business etiquette, they could risk offending others and ultimately imposing a negative impact on the trading relationship. As Fonterra so simply put it, if you can overcome the Chinese market, you can overcome anywhere. Losing and saving face is one of the most common cultural barriers people face when trying to do business in China. An example of this was shared by Mark Anderton at the Warehouse Group Limited when he said that they have ethical requirements factories must meet, and when they don't, the hard word must be given if the factory wants to continue with their business. Mark said sometimes avoiding this cultural barrier is impossible. New Zealanders find business a lot easier being confrontational. However, in China, to avoid losing face, Chinese will not overly show their disagreement or displeasure, and instead will indirectly express such sentiments, for example, by using phrases like maybe or we'll see. Ed from Sinlay said everyone in a business transaction has to look like they've come out winning, so everyone saves face. The basics of guanxi is to maintain dependability, trustworthiness, and respect among people in your surrounding circles. Some instances which can gain guanxi is by doing favours for people, paying sincere compliments, and to demonstrate respect. It is beneficial in China to invest in loss, where one may not get an immediate result from their actions, but further down the road benefits from their perseverance. To establish guanxi, one needs to build trust. Dolce & Gabbana's failed campaign, which was culturally ignorant, caused them to lose guanxi among Chinese and also lose face in the Chinese market. Being aware of political differences is crucial to protect the aforementioned aspects to Chinese culture. Not knowing the political situation in China could risk losing face and therefore losing trust. There are a couple of current political situations that some might not agree with that China is currently involved in. For example, the protests in Hong Kong and the US-China trade war. As mentioned by Hannah and Rachel at China Skinny, Chinese nationalism is a difficult topic and can go either way. Just look at the current China and US trade war. There is conflict between the two countries, yet on Singles Day, the US made their largest sales from China. Companies who have faced this cultural barrier in China are Tiffany & Co. and the NBA, both of which had issues with their business and China politics. It is important business people are kept up to date with all political topics involving China before doing business in case something mentioned it may offend. The biggest takeaways for these companies and others looking to the Chinese market is when reaching for the global market, you must think local. Companies cannot take the one-size-fits-all approach in every country. Ed from Sinlay agrees with this, that culture and business is so different in China and Chinese are extremely passionate about their values, so businesses need to be careful about going against them. It is clear from the above examples that cultural ignorance can be detrimental to a company. If a company from a small country, such as New Zealand, did not complete thorough research into Chinese culture and business practices, I don't think they would be successful. I say this because even big companies such as Dolce & Gabbana and Tiffany & Co. took heavy impact post their culturally ignorant campaigns. Due to this, I think it is crucial for business students to understand Chinese culture before graduating from UC and starting their own business ventures or representing a New Zealand company in China. If New Zealand wants to continue strengthening their business relations with China, this is the next step, to ensure those who will, in a few years' time, be making decisions for New Zealand fully understand the Chinese culture and business practices. I have learnt so much about Chinese culture through my experience, things I wouldn't learn in a classroom. During my time in China, I reflected upon different ideas which made me realise that New Zealand and Chinese cultures are so different, not something I acknowledged before immersing myself in Chinese culture. I have come to accept and embrace Chinese culture, even where it goes against what I live by. Michelle Herbert at the New Zealand Embassy said she wishes a course like Management 228 was available when she was studying, which I couldn't agree with more. This discussion has been a short insight into what I have learnt over here in China in relation to business, and why I think other students should be given the opportunity to do the same. Culture is a big part of Chinese business, so to successfully continue growing the relationship between China and New Zealand should gain a better understanding, which in turn will gain trust from a variety of Chinese business people for the benefit of trading relationship between New Zealand and China.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. 再见!